Here is your sleepless god, back with What If Midori Was Bowser? I know, it's been a little bit, like 4 days, I think it's been 4 days. I've been trying to find this fucking video. I made it, couldn't find it, took me 2 days, still couldn't find it, so I said redo it, let's just redo this shit, let's get this down. So, last time we left off, Midoriya built a castle. Bowser lived in a castle because he's a king. He's not going to live in anything less. Also, he saw the apartment that Dobby and the twins were living in and decided, no, 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 no. No, 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 not one bit. He decided to move everyone into a castle and also teach Princess Peach how to fight. One of the things that she did was when she was fighting Baco, she was like an inch away from winning. If she even just laid a hand on him, she could have won. So, like, with all of these strategies, she's trying to win. So she starts fighting with Midori. Midori trains her multiple different tactics, basically cheating tactics. Like Midori is, I should say, Bowser's still, you know, a villain at heart. He, is he has a villain heart. He just wants to win, and if you have to do things that are correlated as bad, he'll do those things. So, after all of that stuff, they finally hop on the bus to go into the practice area. I still keep on forgetting what this is called. What is it? It's just a practice field where all the teaching villains came out like in normal, but not like in normal. Fast and lightning, they all get captured, meaning Ida does not have time to run out and contact the heroes. So let's start out. So Midoriya is still on the boat. I should say Bowser. Sorry, Bowser's still on the boat with Froppy and Big Girl's hand. Big Girl's hand, but like changing pervert to Big Girl hand, a little bit different, but not much. The only difference is really he doesn't have One For All. He doesn't have All Might's quirk. He can't just smash the the sea and make like a spinning whirlpool. And there's still like enemies down there. He's still trying to figure this out. So he just says, he kind of shrugs his shoulders and says, "Watch this." He just launches himself down there, and the villains are like they surprised after a little bit. They're just surprised how like just instantaneous his movement is. One of the shark guys try to grab him. He smashes into his chest and tries to bite his heart. His teeth shatter into pieces as Bowser smiles and just says, like this bubble, just like, "That's not gonna work." As you just one hand goes up and just smashes his face in. As some the Crocs quirk, mutation quirks, all of them start coming at him, as he just smiles and just grabs one, smashes them into the other, grabs him by his literal like mouth, the Croc one, grabs by his mouth, smashes his teeth together and chucks it upwards. So it goes onto land and just plops it back down. As when he does that, he pops back up, take a breath and everything, as all the villains everyone's done with. As a gentleman he is, he grabs the boat and just like lifts it up and like moves on to shore, so the ladies does not get any of their get any of their clothes wet, and nothing happens. So after that, what what Bowser does is he instantaneously starts, connecting with people, trying to, get people. Because, like, his only thoughts are, number one, we need to get everyone out of here as fast as humanly possible. Number two, we need to keep everyone alive. So he connects with Denki, Momo, and Earjack Girl, who all start getting into the unit. Then he connects with a couple of Class B members. He gets to a big unit, and then he basically rips open the doors with his bare hands. And also, he connects with Bakugo, Kirishima, Todoroki, and he basically just says, "You three are incredibly strong, incredibly useful. You three needs to protect the rest of the group." As like Kirishima's like instantaneously like, "I'll be manly, I'll be yes." Bakugo's like, "Yeah, obviously, I'll protect the group." And Todoroki's like, "What about you?" And he just says, "I'm gonna see if I can help the rest of the members out. Keep on going." So he rips the doors open as all of them are starting to rush out. As he starts going around, some members of Class 1B and Class 1A got overwhelmed by villains, so he does what he does, and he smashes skulls and just tearing through people. And he finally gets all the Class 1A and Class 1B members out, as what he hears is a yell. As we switch over to Princess Peach, as Princess Peach was teleported basically by herself, luckily with all the fighting skills that she learned, could easily take out every member of the villain squad. Her basically goal was to get to Aizawa as quickly as possible. Because Aizawa was overwhelmed wasn't overwhelmed, but was fighting a lot of villains at the time, and her thought was, "I got to get to him." Well, when she got to Aizawa, he was fighting the Nomu, and just finally one punch just shattered his arm. Now, with Princess Peach's movement and ability to get going, she actually touches the Nomu and puts as much weight as she can on the Nomu. But something happens. She's not fast enough, as she felt 5 fingers on her back, as if she felt her flesh burn from her back, as her body just, like, it all locked up. As you just hear, she screamed as loud as she can, as Aizawa, not being able to pay attention, just focusing on the Nomu, sees this, as he looks over as the Nomu grabs her by her other arm and breaks it. Because I think, I don't know if I talked about this, but if she also loses concentration, the weight thing switches. So let's say like immense amount of pain, aka her flesh burning, makes her not concentrate as hard. If she cannot concentrate as hard, the weight just disappears. As the Nomu walks up to her and breaks her other arm. As you see the man with a hand on his face just look over to Aizawa, and he just says, "Nomu, attack." As Aizawa can't keep it up, broken arm, weight on one side, just gets his face smashed in. As this is where go back to Bowser's point of view, as Bowser, when she finally gets the last person out, rushes back in, hearing that scream, thinking maybe, as he looks down and sees the Nomu picking up Princess Peach, his eyes go red, just go bright red, just blood red. as he just flips on a dime into his first form. Well, his first form into his Bowser form, as the chains on his like arms grow, as his body becomes more monstrous, as he finally like the jacket like rips apart off his back, as like the spikes grow, as he launches down and smashes the Nomu in the face, sending that shit flying. As he grabs Princess Peach, seeing first thing her back, she'll just gently grab it, as he lays her like on the side that's not with the broken arm, because if she lays her on the back, immense pain. Lays her on the other side with the broken arm, other immense pain. She just lays him on the side with the least amount of damage. As this is like, who are you? And he says, he looks over, he says, don't worry, what's I am. Worry how much I'm going to rip your fucking face off. As this is where he, runs up and like touches him with all 5 fingers. And it does absolutely fucking nothing. He smiles. As I was unconscious, no hero is coming. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. As he grabs him, as the Nomu starts driving back, as this is when he says, you're a lucky bastard, as he punches him in the gut. All you hear is just break, shatter, crack, as all of his like ribs shatter, completely broken, and his vertebrae snapped with a singular punch to his chest, and sends him flying as the Nomu starts charging at him. As the Nomu throws a punch straight at his face, and Bowser lets it hit, lets it smash, as the Nomu actually deals more damage to his knuckles than it actually ever deals to his face. As he looks over and smiles and just says, let me show you some real strength. As he goes all out, he just throws as many punches as he possibly can. He just starts slinging. Boom. He just says multiple punches. And it starts overclocking the Nomu's healing factor. And he just says, oh, as he finally stops, as like the Nomu like is trying to load in the punches, basically like a computer like loading in, trying to load in a screen, but it's like, yeah, no, this can't happen. Like there's too many. And he says, oh, you can't handle that? He's like slowly going closer. Oh, you can't process that? Fucking goes to the side, fucking punches him in the side. All you hear is boom, 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 boom. He's just hitting as hard as he possibly can. As this is where like Shadow Guy just says, Master, I think we need to cut our losses. As he just says, can barely breathe, can't even walk, just says, get me out of here. And he teleports him away. As this is the only fault of Bowser right now. Bowser's angry. That means he's short-sighted. That means he doesn't see this shit. But he does see that the Nomu's getting overclocked. That means he's starting to punch harder, faster. He's starting to just overwhelm him with punches. And then after a while, he stops. The Nomu looks up at him as he just says, let me try a new move out. As he grabs like a bunch of rock, blows a little bit of fire onto it, just grabs it and just says, I call this a fireball, as he just shoves it into the Nomu's face, just burning him. As you hear like a guttural, like not a scream, but like just like a roar almost, like not like angry, but just like as he leans down and just says, remember this, when you die, I am a true beast, as he throws a punch straight at his face, shattering the glass, his brain, and just crushing the wall, just completely shattering that. As he transforms back into his human form, back into his weaker form, as you know, he didn't really like overclock. He didn't really do anything massive, so he's not like exhausted, but he instantly runs over to Princess Peach, grabbing Knives out at the same time and running out as he sees starting to pro heroes starting to come out, and like all of them starting to rush in, as like even All Might's like in his big form, obviously he's starting to rush in. He's like, what happened? He just says, he's like, doesn't matter. I'm gonna bring this to Recover Girl, as he sees like All Might sees Aizawa and Princess Peach, as he just gives him the all salute, just saying, go ahead, do what you need. And it's like he's like, I'm going to, as he starts sending bounds to the place, and he safely gets there. The Recovery Girl like looks at him and like nothing, no scars, no nothing on his body. As Recovery Girl sees the people they're bringing in, as Aizawa was badly hurt, but like not as bad as it was beforehand. His face is not completely smashed in, only half of one of his arms are only broken, like not really broken but more fractured. The girl though, Princess Peach, is one of her arms completely shattered, and her back is completely corroded, like someone like almost like rusted her back. It's funny. I'm just thinking about it in my own head. I'm just like, someone blew her back out. Bad jokes. I'm sorry. So sorry. But like she, as like Bowser's like, he's sitting in a chair like looking at Princess Peach, is like, as like Recovery Girl looks at him and just says, you can go back to your home. He says, looks at her and just says, no, I will not until she wakes up. As Recovery Girl looks at him and just says, okay, as he pulls out like a pull out bed, like from like the side, pulls out another bed, just says, you can sleep right now over here, but please, I want you to not overstress. She will be fine. I just helped her with her healing. She is going to take a couple days to get back better, but she will be better. As Bowser says, thank you. As the bed's still like small for him, as he lays down it, as he closes his eyes, as he finally, after a couple of minutes of just like stressing a little bit and thinking about the day, falls asleep. As this is where we're going to end the video off. I hope you guys like it. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.